Okay, we got the fuselage laid up and stringered. That is to say, the thing went together without any trouble at all. So, when you are stringing these up, obviously you need to pay attention to the drawings. This one was pretty straightforward. So, what can I tell you? A little notch here that was already done for you on the side keels. Side keels are glued together right at this point. You do that against the plan before you apply them to the side of the airplane, obviously. So, and then on the bottom, typically where the stringers need to flow, this is the cutout for the supercharger exhaust right here. That plastic part will go here. Another plastic part, the two forward engine vents, along with the intercooler exhaust port, and that's just a small round opening just behind the two slanted vents, and the cockpit opening here, top of the fuselage, and the opening where the horizontal stabilizer sits right here on top of the rear fuselage. So straightforward. Nothing really, no tricks involved in how the stringers are laid on. And since you've seen me do that work before on other videos, I just went ahead and did that work. So the next step will be to cut out the plastic parts that are applied to the fuselage. The exhaust port here at the back, the two side vents there, and the two side vents here. And we'll just test fit those now. I'm not going to cut them to their final shape until after I get the infill done. And the reason for that is I want to fit those in after infill and not prior to infill. At least that's the way I'm thinking of it now. We do want smooth transitions around those plastic pieces, and that's if in fact I use the plastic. I may just go ahead and fabricate using my birch ply and balsa and skip the plastic, with the exception of this part, this thing down here, the big vent. That's going to have to be plastic. But this small part here and this one here, I may just omit those and fabricate my own parts for that. We'll just see how that goes. The other big step here is to get the cockpit done. So laying that up, getting a cockpit floor installed, and fortunately we have a pilot figure for scale. He sits right about here, so that tells me that the floor will be fine, just resting on top of these two formers, number what are they? Number 4 and 5. So the floor can sit right on top of 4 and 5 and extend all the way back past former 6. And then I can cut up a seat and drop a seat in there. And that's after I do the sidewalls, flooring sidewalls, make a seat, and then we'll cut out this piece here. This center section of former 5, I guess, comes out, and I'll also clean that back, almost all the way back to the sidewalls in an arch shape, contouring to the sidewall of the fuselage. Cut that open real good, and then we'll fabricate a panel and set that. And then I'll take a look at all the cockpit reference photos that I have and see what boxes need to go in there. Lots of circuit breaker switches, radios, the throttle quadrant, flap actuator, few other parts and pieces that go into the sidewalls of these fighter planes. So we'll take a good look at P-47D reference photos and check out how that goes. I also have the model here, and I plan to use those for reference as well. And we'll just kind of more or less duplicate how those sidewalls look, and outfit the cockpit. We have the zinc chromate green, interior green. We got lots of flat black, lots of rubber black, and lots of NATO black. Some aluminum, paint for that. We'll make a control yoke, stick, rudder pedals, and all that. Since we have that big bubble top canopy, and I do intend to have it slide open and close, be able to slide it, position that. I'm going to have to do some extensive detail work in the cockpit. Might as well, since it's all visible. It's not one of those tight little, like the Lockheed Air Express or the Waddell Williams Racer, where it's just not too much room. This has a bit of visibility to it, so I'd like to be able to situate him right there, but I can't. But he sits about that high, I think, and all the way back. And they left room the way he's sitting for the armor plate to be angled forward as it should be. So we'll be incorporating some of that stuff into the cockpit as well, obviously. What else? Oh, I'll be making a 4-blade prop for this airplane. That's going to be tricky. My specialty so far is 2-blade. I've done one 3-blade prop for the P-40, but this is a 4-blade Hamilton Standard paddle prop. So that's going to be a trick for the rookie. Alright, anyway, this is our bare bones skeleton fuselage. As I said, it went together pretty easily. I mean, real basic as far as these kits go. This is a big airplane. It's going to take a lot of lumber, a lot of sheet balsa for me to fill this, and the wings as well. Massive. So I may even have to reorder and get more lumber. I'm not sure I have enough. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. I've got I think 4 sheets of 3-inch wide, 30 seconds thick by 3 foot, and 5 sheets of 4-inch wide, 30 seconds by 3 foot long. Sounds like a lot of wood, but I can already tell that's going to take 2.5 sheets to do the fuselage, and at least 3, maybe 3.5 to do the wings. I am going to redo the airfoil. I don't want a flat bottom airfoil in this. I left the P-40 that way, and it's okay. But the Jug is a big airplane, and so I'm going to be laying a couple of strips of 16th balsa strip stock to the bottom of each of those wing ribs, and then sanding an airfoil profile into that, so that we have a symmetrical airfoil wing for the P-47. I think that's kind of important on this airplane especially. Right, so anyway, I'm just spitballing, just throwing stuff out as I'm thinking about it while I look at this. Remember, I'm completely unscripted. Your production values here are nil. I just turn the camera on and start jabbering. Lucky you. A couple of things. Oh, on the strip stock provided by Guillow, and they do this in a kind of a funky way, but it works. So we get the 16th strip stock. Sometimes they'll put 1/8 by 16th mixed in with these, and in this case they've added what looks like the trailing edge of each wing, one piece of trailing edge. So if you open the kit and you start looking at stock and you're not sure where the trailing edges are going to come from, well, here they are right here. They're incorporated into the pre-cut strip stock. Apparently, that's what I'm thinking those 2 pieces are. I really couldn't be anything else. So interesting point there. I think there's one or two strips that are shorter than this, but they obviously wouldn't work. It wouldn't be long enough. But this is good. Here they are. Okay. What else? Anything else? No. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have some more videos as we roll along. And again, I thought it would just be a little tedious to show the layup on the fuselage of this airplane when I've done so many others. So I apologize in advance if anybody was looking forward to seeing that part of this build. There'll be plenty to do here and plenty to see. All right, everybody have a good day, and thanks for watching. Appreciate you.